Welcome to another video, guys. I wanted to talk about credit score, what the different facets of those scores are, and how they affect you percentage-wise, as well as diving into a little bit of detail about what each of those scores mean and how you can leverage them to benefit you and help you out. To give you a pretty quick run through, you have 5 different types of scores that you can use, and there are actually subcategories within those that can benefit or damage your score depending on how you land on that scale. So let's dive right in.
Your payment history. Okay, this is how often you guys pay or how to the T you pay your scores. If you have had in a card, you've had a card, okay, and let's say you've paid it every single day or every single month for 3 years straight. Now you have 100% on that category, which means you would get the full 35% of the points towards the score to boost you up. However, if you miss just one payment, so you are now down to 99%, and that is a whole category under. Okay, if you go down to 98%, you have gone down yet another category, and then under 97%, now you're in the red. So it is very crucial. That's, like I said, a quarter of your score is contingent on just this. All right, it'll be fine even if you do minimum payments. You'll be fine. You just need to pay on time and show that you are responsible and that you're taking these certain measures towards the benefit of your score. The second one is your average age. And so that one's going to basically be determinant on how long you've had an account. However, another crucial point, like I said, it's the average. Let's say you got an account when you were just a wee boy or a wee gal, right? And it's been 5 years, for example. And out of nowhere, you decide to open 2 new accounts or a new account. Let's just say 1 new account. That means what they're going to do is that they're going to get the average between both of those things. So your credit age has now gone from, instead of 5 years to 2.5 years, right? And it's only going to keep averaging itself over as you get more credit cards. And so that's why it's very recommended that you get as many of the credit cards that you need and should have as soon as possible. The average age, like I mentioned, is 15% of your score. So it's obviously not as much, but it's still a pretty nice chunk. That's why if you could start building that credit history sooner, it's going to be better for you. So I would get on top of this stuff. Do this today, okay? If not, do it tomorrow. Put it on your to-do list to do it. As you do it, think about doing the stuff you said you're going to do while you do this now. And get a credit card as soon as you can on top of what you have. Okay? So another facet of this is going to be the types of credit that you have or total accounts that you have. And so that's basically going to say to these lenders and the credit bureaus that how responsible are you and how diversified is your portfolio. Okay, so if you just have a credit card, that is good, but if you have, let's say, 2 credit cards, and then you have a car loan, and then you have a house that you're financing. I know a lot of us aren't there yet, but I'm just trying to paint the picture in the scope. Imagine you're the lender, right? You can see that if this person that has these other facets, these loans and credits in different areas, and are paying them on time, they are being efficient, they're being responsible, it's going to be a lot more credit that they're going to give you. Get that pun? It's going to help you out, right? But now I'll get into another video later on of my recommendations of what I think would be good ones to start off with, kind of like a beginner's guide. This video is just to set yourself up. There's also 30% of amounts owed, right? That's how much money you owe, or your utilization. Find out how much you owe and find out what your total balances are. That's crucial. They go hand in hand. It doesn't matter how much money you owe. What matters is how much you are spending as a percentage factor. You want to be under 9%. And if you go on Credit Karma, like I said, you can see all these things. They have a huge array of information that you guys can pull. But credit card companies like 9 to 10% of utilization. What does that mean? It means that if you have one credit card that has $1,000 limit, right? If you're spending $500 from that card, you have a 50% utilization. You are using 50% of that limit, as opposed to using $100 or $90 out of that $1,000. Now it shows them like, okay, like this guy is not using a lot of it and he doesn't really need it. But then more importantly, like I said, you have to pay it off. So I recommend if you could pay the full balance off every single month, it's better. But again, it's not the end of the world. Like if you do just want to do the minimum payments, as long as you're making payments. But like I said, utilization. So if you obviously need more than $90, like a lot of us do, and you want to put on that credit card to help you out, you need to get more credit. You want to try to stay under that 10 to 9%. If you again need more, you increase your credit, you get more credit, or increase your limits. All right. And then the last one is inquiries. That's going to be 10% of your score. So that's essentially any hard pulls that they do on your card when you're maybe applying for a new credit card, when you're applying for a house, for a car loan, for something. They do a hard pull, and it's essentially a 10% score. It stays on there for quite some time, so you could ask for it to be removed, but it's not a massive chunk, because obviously people need credit cards, or need a car, they need a loan, they need a house, and these inquiries are necessary for them to be done. If you see on Credit Karma, it's basically going to give you an informational detailed page where you can see your score on the home screen, and you should be able to go into score details and see the different areas that we talked about with the credit age and total accounts, and it'll show you where you stand on that specific category. All right, so that wraps the video up. I hope some of you were able to take something away from this. Obviously, it'd be great if all of you did. But please leave any comments if you have any questions or concerns. I really suggest, like I said, go and check Credit Karma out, make an account, start looking through the inquiries and all the detailed aspects of what your credit looks like, and start applying these things today. Start making a list for yourself. I have another video on 7 ways to boost your credit score. If you haven't seen that, I would check that out, because it's a good starting step for you. But please like this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe for more content. The next video I'm gonna make is gonna be about good credit cards to start off with as a beginner. So stay tuned. Peace.